All right, my little droogs. And 10 points to anybody who got that. Let us see what Scott has in store for us tonight. And let's end this one on a fun. Everybody ready? I will allow the fire on this one. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Bang, 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 bang.
As many of you already know, I have moved from my old range to my shiny new range. But some of you have said in the comments that you miss the old range. Well, I got a surprise for you. I found a video that I filmed right before I left the old range, and I figured instead of not posting it, I would give it to you anyways. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this blast from the past.
Okay, cool. This should be nice.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And here on the channel, I have tested out a lot of less lethal options. And today, I have arguably the most powerful less lethal rifle in existence. This is the Berna Mission 4. So basically, this is...
Wow, look at that thing. That's... Yes, you had your fun. Now we pay attention to Scott with this very pretty looking rifle. That's a very pretty looking rifle, I must say. Holy shit! I can already see it. Yeah, but look, I can already see how they're doing the gas compression. The gas cylinder is in the stock. Look at that. That's actually really fucking clever. Like they've got the CO2 canister. Obviously it screws in right here, but they've got the CO2 canister as the stock. Well, no, Lord Lurker. Actually, we've talked about this on previous streams where he talks about less lethal rounds. Less lethal. It's called less lethal because people have actually died back when they called them non-lethal. People actually did die for some reason or another as a result of them. So that's why they were I don't know if it was legally, but they changed it to less lethal versus non-lethal. Uh well, Anzio, it's given that when you're holding the weapon, you're pushing this back into your shoulder, you're not torquing on it, it might be okay. So uh it's tough to say because because clockwork, it's flaring. So that's the one thing I can understand where the concern is. Because of the flare, you're creating a tension point right there, potentially, if you torque on it. But that's the thing. With the stock on a rifle, you're not going to. The only consideration there is if you're running with it and you fall, then this could snap, potentially. I could see where that would be an issue. For regular holding it, for standard weapon practices, when you're holding it, fitted against your shoulder, you're just going straight back, so it wouldn't be as much of a concern. So, I'm, I'm really curious what kind of rounds they use, though.
Is a less lethal AR-15. I mean, that's exactly what it looks like and kind of how it functions. But before I show you all that, I want to point out this. The CO2 cartridge that this thing takes is massive. This is compared to a normal CO2 cartridge.
And this right here is the reason why that less lethal, basically paintball, tactical paintball gun that we saw before, why it sucked. Why it wasn't that great, especially when it was pointing up, is because these cartridges, they have very little CO2. And they're not regulated. So, oh yeah, I knew it was gonna be CO2 powered. But like these little cartridges, they don't put out a lot of pressure. So, yeah. That inspires me. But now you've actually you've basically here you've got like an not quite. I honestly I would have loved to have seen an actual like paintball gun CO2 tank here. That's about I'd say probably about twice the circumference, which you could still put here and like slide a stock cover, like a buttstock cover over it. I would have liked to have seen a bigger, slightly bigger tank, but we'll see how this does.
As for the rifle itself, you have a mag release right here. It has two
Well, he
mags.
just
I
dropped
actually
some
just
rounds.
lost a few of my projectiles. It shoots these little kinetic energy balls. I'm
Oh, it's
just
the
going
same
to call them
rounds.
power balls, but you have two 18-round mags, and they
Okay.
attach to each other. That way you can reload faster. You have a vertical grip in the front. You have an option to put a light or laser or whatever you want on it. It has iron sights, but you have a rail up here for an optic if you want it to. The stock is not adjustable because that basically just covers up your CO2 cartridge. And when you load this thing, it is like an AR. It's got a little charging handle back here, but it doesn't really go back very far. All in all, this thing looks pretty sweet, and I am very excited to try it out, so let's get started. But before we keep going, I want to say thank you to today's sponsor, Watcher of Realms. Watcher of Realms is a next generation fantasy RPG that is free to play on PC and mobile. And guess what? They are celebrating their first anniversary. Right now is the best time to download Watcher of Realms. In this grand celebration, they are introducing two
Albert,
heroes.
it is based on the AR-15, so it makes perfect sense that it would look like that. They just, because it's less lethal, they had to color it that orange color, to designate it as being less lethal. It's kind of like why airsoft guns have to have like orange muzzles on them to designate that they're not actual like regular firearms. And he did put gumballs in the last one, and they fired, and they were pretty effective. Tungsten ball bearings, I think, would probably be too heavy though. Yeah, a tungsten ball bearing ace, I think it would be too heavy. It probably wouldn't get much projection.
For free on Android, PC, or iOS. Or you can click my link in the description down below and be sure to scan my QR code and join the competitions. Again, a big thank you to Watcher of Realms for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's go get back to it. Okay, we are all loaded up. I have a bunch of these Berna kinetic power balls, whatever you want to call them. And then I've got a fresh CO2 cartridge. Let's see what this thing can do.
Yeah.
Supposedly that's loaded. I'm going to take a shot at him first. Let's see. Oh! Yep, that was loaded, and that's hitting pretty hard. I'm going to give him a few more. How about in the face? Oh, my God!
Oh, my God!
Tactically, right? How about the chicken?
Holy shit, that's hitting hard. I don't know if I think it sounds like some kind of composite. The kinetic rest are like some kind of composite. Holy crap, those things like hit hard enough to knock this guy's head off. I'd actually be kind of curious what the FPS on it. I don't know if he's gonna hit it with a chronometer, but I'd be curious what the FPS is in comparison to like a paintball gun.
Reload. That CO2 cartridge lasts a long time.
Oh, it sounds so sad. Oh, there it goes.
Excuse me. So I want to point out something. This mannequin here, it's pretty hard plastic. And if you look right here, we actually have two of those balls stuck inside the mannequin.
Oh my God. Let me back it up slightly.
Here, we actually have two of those balls.
Like, did that break through the plastic? Holy shit! I hope he takes his shirt off so I can see this, because if that actually broke through into the plastic, and it went in with cloth in the way like this, holy shit, That's impressive. Because I remember when he did the other one, he had a couple of the balls that would kind of barely stick into the skin, but it was, as someone pointed out in the YouTube comments of when I posted the video, it's like, this was also bare skin, there was no clothing in the way. But if this is with clothing in the way and it actually went into the plastic, that's pretty impressive in terms of power.
Stuck inside the mannequin. Like,
holy shit, really
it's gonna
stuck.
rip my shirt. They are stuck in there good. There's one of them. I can't get it out of there. All right, I'm just gonna pull it real hard, like a Band-Aid. There we go. Man.
Show me the dummy. Come on, show me the
Take a
dummy.
look under here. Yeah. That would
Holy
definitely
shit.
not feel very good.
You just got jammed.
Yeah, plastic is more brittle than skin, but that dummy's got, you know, that mannequin's got some fairly hard plastic to break through like that. I mean, it's impressive nonetheless. Now, hopefully he will use a ballistics gel dummy so we can see the impact on a ballistic gel dummy. It could be even more impressive.
You just got jammed.
Knock the head off again. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, Ezio, I mean, if you get hit by that thing, that's gonna fucking hurt. Like, that is really gonna fucking hurt if you get hit by one of those. Gosh, shots. Yes, Lord Lurker. Oh god. Oh.
Jeez, man, pull yourself together.
There we go. This is what I'm waiting for.
Oh, those things are heavy. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little more realistic testing. The mannequin's great and all, but I think this is gonna show us a lot more. This is a Ballistic Dummy Lab zombie torso. It's got lifelike flesh, but I'm out of breath. I really need to get on the Stairmaster every once in a while instead of just lifting weights all the time. Anyways, lifelike flesh, organs, bones. This one's been zombified with green blood, and we are gonna.
I don't know about throwing up just because you get hit in the hand, but it's like, this has gotta hurt. This is, and you're right, Ace. I do think that this thing is hitting hard enough, it may break. Like, he's probably gonna aim at the chest. He'll probably do a headshot. I do think it's gonna break bones. See. Well, he's more dangerous, but he's not as accurate. But I mean, yeah, if he hits the chest, I do think they're gonna break ribs. And if he hits the head, I could see it creating a fracture. Yeah, you just might. I mean, they looked like they hit hard. Now, this is gonna be a better test against an actual anatomical structure. So I am really curious to see how well they hit. And I'm wondering if he has more than just those particular types of less lethal rounds, if he's got some different ones to play with too.
See what kind of results we get with the Mission 4 less lethal rifle. I think it's gonna do more damage than we think. So I'm loaded up with a fresh CO2 cartridge and a full mag of the kinetic rounds. We're at 15 yards. Let's see what kind of damage we do. Here we go. Oh my goodness.
God,
So that
that's
was 15 yards, and this thing stuck into the zombie torso. That would definitely leave a mark. I'm actually
yeah.
quite surprised because typically I don't see the rounds actually sticking into the torso.
And I'm trying to remember. I think he may have been a bit closer. With the last less lethal weapon that he had. And it stuck in, so I think he was a little bit further back. I want to say he was like 5 or 10 yards with the other one. So, an ace, um, I've got another one of his on the hook to show with that. Don't worry. Yeah, 10 yards, that's what I thought. So, even further back, and it stuck in there. So, I mean, and I mean, that's impressive. Because the whole purpose behind this is unlike, unlike a taser or pepper spray, the whole purpose behind this is to make someone hurt, to inflict pain, to make them give up. That's the purpose behind these. You see, it is to inflict enough pain on them that they'll either give up or run away. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for him to hit bone with this to see what it does.
Until we get a little bit closer. That was 15 yards, and that still made a pretty good mark. So, really
Yeah,
curious to see
pain
what happens
compliance,
when we scoot
Ace.
up a little
Exactly right.
closer. Get off of me. Look at this bug. What even is that? I've lived here my whole life. I've never seen that bug before. Ow! Okay, 10 yards. Here we go. I shot the table. Let me actually try to aim a little bit. Here we go. Oh!
Mm, it
Oh
did.
my goodness. 10 yards. That's rough. That
Mm,
is in there. Oh!
but not.
I'm really starting to wonder what this would actually.
So that went in. It went in deep, but it looks like maybe it slipped between the ribs, and that's why it didn't break any bones. Well, Corey, it looked like it slipped between the ribs. It didn't quite. Yeah, it didn't hit the bone. So he's got to aim closer to center mass. Um, Albert, it kinda. It might. It might.
Actually do. Houston, if you're watching, come on, do.
Hang on.
Oh!
What do you say?
I'm really starting to wonder what this would actually do. Houston, if you're watching, come on back down to Kentucky.
Yes, please. Come on, Houston. For science.
5 yards.
Oh, God.
Think this is going to sting a little bit.
Oh, gut shot.
Oh!
Still gut shot.
Let's
Aim
give him
higher.
one more. I'm going to say, let's go right for the belly. Okay, I have a fresh CO2 cartridge and a fresh mag. Let's see what happens when we go point blank with the Mission 4.
Surprising.
Oh dear, how about one on this one? Oh, and one on the belly. Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I'm sure it hurts like hell. But yeah. This, Corey, I was gonna say the same thing. The lack of penetration, and you know what I think it is, Corey? I'm thinking because it's hitting right as soon as it comes out, it hasn't had time. I don't know. Like, because it's air powered instead of an actual gunpowder. Yeah, I think because of the type of propellant, because it's hitting right when it comes out, the I'm almost wondering Because if he noticed when he fired it, let me back it up a bit. Watch the air pressure coming out of the barrel. Yeah, exactly, Dusty. Watch the air pressure. Notice how all of that air pressure is splaying off the torso, which means the round is not able to use all of that air pressure behind it to get up the speed. And yes, it's the incapacitated potato. Right, exactly, Gord. It's not exactly. That's exactly it. It's not. He's not giving it time to get up the full acceleration. So that's why there's a lack of penetration. It's probably only getting about half the propellant it needs to get up to full speed. I'm hoping that he backs up to 5 yards to hit center mass. For the love of God, Scott, hit center mass and then do a skull shot.
Oh dear, how about one on this one?
Yeah, it's losing so much propellant.
Oh, and one on the belly.
I think it's possible if the Brown is able to get up to speed.
Yeah, that's not very nice. All right, let's check this out. These stuck in his shoulders.
Not far
dear.
though.
Okay, that one's in there pretty good.
That one's a little better.
And then this one, that's actually pretty deep in his belly there. That one you may have to go to the hospital over. I'm just gonna push up with this one, and then, I just need to put a thumb in it. Here we go. Boop! Ha ha! Ah! Who needs a med kit when you got a thumb? Evo! He's stuck to the table! So now we're gonna move on to some headshots, but I did not want to ruin that
You were
zombie
saying,
torso
Dusty?
because I have other plans for it. So instead, I have this Ballistic Dummy Lab zombie bust.
And yeah, Anzio, you're right. Your first 1 to maybe 3 shots are going to be your most powerful out of the CO2 powered firearm. Yep.
Now this thing has been sitting in my trailer a little too long and it's kind of dried out, but it will still serve our purpose. Okay, we are 5 yards away. Oh, let's give him a few more.
Jesus! Whoa, I see it flying back. Then. Oh, he's hitting the same spot. Like, all right here. Ooh. Missed that one. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
Seems like the only risk is, it may bounce off their forehead and come back and hit you. Judging from that, I'm going to say I definitely would not want to be shot in the face with that less lethal rifle multiple times. You definitely would have some new dimples in your forehead.
Wait. Is that a crack in the skull that I'm seeing right there? Yeah, right there. I think that broke bone right there. Now, granted, we can't, he hit that same spot twice. So I don't know if that crack was from the first round or from the second round impacting the first round. Well, Enzio, the thing with these, well, no, it's been saying the trailer that shouldn't affect the bone. He was probably referring to the gel drying out a little bit. But the bone itself shouldn't dry out. So, but I'm really, he was a little cavalier with the shots. But I would have loved to have seen him check this hit before hitting it with another round, because double tapping the spot could have caused that. But given the type of weapon where you can rapid fire at it, I mean, that's a certainly possible that's certainly a realistic possibility. And it's hard to see what these did, if this just broke skin or if there's an actual fracture here. It looks like it just broke skin, which would still hurt like hell. But it's not an actual fracture. This is the only fracture I'm seeing right here. And as far as the canister, like if this was used as a police weapon, the canister would not be screwed into the AR until it was ready to be used. Otherwise, it would be stored separately, not screwed in, just sealed, and it would not be screwed in until it's ready to fire. So, later on, isn't the area around the eye the thinnest part of the skull? Uh, it was slightly up. This definitely is not the thickest part, Corey. I will say this is not the thickest part, but it's still bone. So, oh, I think that's the ball right there. Actually, that's the round. That's that first round. So the second round pushed it through. To get rubber baton shot for 12 gauge and keep that. You're not wrong, Enzio. Yeah, you're not wrong. But like I said, this is not. I don't think this is made for home defense. I think this. I don't think it was marketed as home defense. I'm guessing this probably got tried to get marketed to police departments. So, yeah.
Rifle multiple times.
And Ace, be careful how you use the expression. I've known a few cops in my day that were good friends. Play.
You definitely would have some new dimples in your forehead. There's not supposed to be dimples in your forehead. So now I have a fresh CO2 cartridge and I have a different type of projectile.
Oh, here we go.
This is basically compressed metal powder. It's very dense, much more dense than the other rounds we were using, and it's very hard. So I'm very curious to see what happens when we fire these at our zombie bust out of the Mission 4. Oh, that just ricocheted really far.
Oh, no.
Oh! Let's get a little closer. And let's turn it sideways. Oh, that's rough.
Oh my god. Shane, we stress. Show it again.
Oh, that's rough.
Punched right through. Jesus! Holy shit! Jesus! It's punching through. Holy crap! That's lethal. Now, but why was it? Yeah, absolutely, maniac. Absolutely. Yeah, here's the thing, Albert. Is this considered the thinnest part of the skull? I figured as you got closer to the top of the head, it thickened up. But it bounced off here. Is it? That's a weak part? Okay. Wow, but I mean, anybody could get hit there. Oh, okay, front's thickest. I always thought the top of the head was the thickest. Front top. Okay, yep, makes perfect sense. So that makes perfect sense why it would bounce off the temple. Yeah, so it makes sense why it would bounce off the temple here, but the second the person starts to turn away to run, you hit him right there, it's good night. You just put your lights out.
Those were pretty darn devastating.
Look at the crack, too. All the way down to the... And it met the hole that the earlier one made. Wow. That's so lethal.
I would say that's not exactly less lethal. That's
lethal?
pretty bad. But now I'm curious to what would happen that close on the side with the regular kinetic rounds.
Good question.
Okay, hopefully none of these bounce back. Oh my
Jesus!
goodness!
Holy shit! Boost 1 punched right through. Maybe. Might be sticking out a little bit there. Yeah, it punched through. Jesus! Okay, that one bounced. Then he punched in. God! Holy shit! I think he was empty. Nah, you just need silly Scott.
So, I'm going to say
Wow.
that point blank with the Mission 4 and basically anything you put in it is going to be pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Okay, well that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about the Mission 4 in the comment section down below. And let me know if there's any other less lethal options you'd like to see tested.
Good job. Oh my god.
Also, be sure to give today's video a like and hit that subscribe button. And be sure to check me out on all social media platforms. Links to those can be found in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a shirt. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time.
Oh my god. Probably not long. His cleanup probably isn't all that long, honestly. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, his cleanup probably is very quick. Well, Corey, that kind of all depends on what your intention is. Yeah. But holy crap, that's, I thought it was gonna be more powerful than the last one we saw. I was not expecting that with the, where it just punched right through the side of the skull. Because that realistically, that's a possibility.